We all know about the desperate need to restore biodiversity and tackle the climate crisis. But as individuals, it can sometimes feel overwhelming and confusing to know exactly what we can do to tackle those twin crises. However, here in Scotland, for the next 2 weeks, there's a huge opportunity to make a real difference. Now, this isn't going to be as fun as pulling on your wellies, getting outside and enjoying the countryside, but it could be far more powerful. It's also something you can do from the comfort of your own home. Right now, the Scottish Government is consulting on a new strategic framework for biodiversity. It sounds kind of boring, but it's a set of building blocks and priorities that will form a new law, the Natural Environment Bill. This is an opportunity for the Scottish Government to set into law their commitment to restoring Scotland's natural environment. And they want your feedback. This consultation really is a big deal. Opportunities to influence government thinking on biodiversity do not come around very often, and conservation organisations have been asking for this sort of opportunity for a really long time. So this really is your opportunity to influence government and make a big difference for the future of Scotland's biodiversity and natural environment. And you only have until the 14th of December, that's 2 weeks, to have your voice heard. Now, this consultation is pretty big, and to be honest, it's pretty intimidating. There are a lot of questions, but you don't have to answer all the questions. You can just answer the questions that are relevant to you, to the things that you are passionate about. And if answering these questions is just too much and too confusing, you can simply write an email and they will respond to it. And I will put the email down here and I'll put it down below. I'll also link below to the consultation itself, so it's easy for you to find. So what do you want to see the government doing to improve biodiversity conservation in Scotland? Do you want to see more native woodland across Scotland? Perhaps the government needs to outline how they're going to help support farmers to integrate trees through agricultural support schemes. Do you want to see the government committing to connect green areas across the countryside? In which case, perhaps you would like to see 50% of Scottish hedgerows restored. That's 3,000 miles of hedgerows restored by this government. Perhaps it's invasive species that worry you, like this rhododendron behind me, in which case maybe we need the government to help with the restoration of our temperate rainforest by setting up a rainforest restoration fund. Do you want to see improving river health, perhaps through the reintroduction into beavers across Scotland's rivers? In which case, maybe you're after a mitigation fund to help us relearn how to live with these animals in our landscape. Or maybe you're fed up of marine protected areas being little more than lines on the map, and you want legally binding targets to make sure that these protected areas work for marine biodiversity. If you're struggling for inspiration to know what to say and what you think the right things are, then you can look to organisations such as RSPB or Plant Life or the Woodland Trust, who have all got thoughts and ideas about what they would like to see included, and I'll link their websites down below. This is your opportunity to have your voice heard, so please do say all the things that you need to say. And before you fill out that consultation, please do something for me, subscribe to the channel and leave me any comments whether this has been useful. And most importantly, when you finish completing the consultation and written that email, get yourself outside, get yourself somewhere beautiful in the natural world and remind yourself how amazing nature is. And know that you have done something to help protect it. Have a wonderful day.